Hey, Sayori.
Oh, hey, Holly.
Sayori puts on her usual cheerful grin, but something about it just seems off. What's up? I take a seat right next to her.
Oh, same old.
She smiles sadly at me. Sayori! She must be having her rain clouds again. I gently press my hand on her shoulder. You know that if anything is bothering you, you can talk to me. I'm here for you, Sayori. I hate to see you like this, and I know you don't want to have those rain clouds over your head all the time. I can hear Sayori start to sniffle.
I know, Holly.
I pat Sayori's shoulder as she struggles to compose herself. I just want you to get better, Sayori. It's what matters the most to me right now. A few minutes pass before Sayori stops sniffling.
I just don't want this relationship to be a one-way street, Holly.
It's not. Why would you think that?
Well, you've already done so much for me. What have I done for you in return? Other than dragging you away from the others. If I wasn't such a mess, you'd still be spending time with Yuri, wouldn't you?
Yes. I mean, I don't see you spending time or some time around Yuri as a bad thing. But maybe I should have come to see Yuri sooner. She's clearly been bottling this up for a while now.
Just the way you seem to be enjoying yourselves over there. And I ruined it for you. I'm a terrible girlfriend.
No, you aren't, Sayori. Don't say that. Sayori hugs me tightly. I put my arms around her and close my eyes. I can feel my heart beat in sync with Sayori's. I feel the warmth of her body radiate onto me. Yuri doesn't matter right now. Just us. I should have come to see you sooner. I'm sorry. I hear Sayori sniffle as she works to prevent herself from breaking down and sobbing. We were like this for some time before we hear some commotions come from the closet.
Damn it, Monica!
Monica and Yuri giggle before going back to their respective activities. Sayori and I turn to each other before shooting each other a concerned look over what just happened to each other. I'm going to check on Natsuki. Sayori wipes a tear and gives me an approving nod. I carefully approach the closet. Even this part's different? My god. I hear Natsuki rummaging around in the closet. Natsuki? I ask ever so cautiously and as softly as I humanly can. Natsuki turns towards me and I can see the fire in her eyes.
What?
The frustration in her voice takes me off guard. I need to calm her down before this gets out of hand. Hey, I just wanted to see what's been going on, that's all. Natsuki seems to calm down a little upon hearing this.
I can't find Volume 12 of Barbarian set. Everything's been moved around again.
Do you want me to help you? Natsuki seems to be slightly offended at my suggestion.
No, I got it all under control. I don't need your help. Idiot.
Her voice trails off. You sure?
Yes, I'm not a kid. I can handle myself, you know.
Maybe she can handle this by herself. Suit yourself. Bye. As I head back towards the front of the room, I can hear Natsuki's exasperated sighs, followed by more of her yelling.
Monica!
What? I'll never get around to understanding Natsuki's weird logic. My train of thought is interrupted by Monica calling us to attention.
Okay, everyone, phone time. Do we really need to do this now? I'm looking for something. Sorry, Natsuki, I just wanted to make sure we have enough time to share.
Natsuki shoots Monica an irritated look.
Alright, fine.
Natsuki quickly glances back at the closet. I see it. Oh, wait, did it still say closest? Yeah, it still says closest. I see the irritation from Natsuki's face fade away as she just dejectedly looks at the floor and starts slowly walking to retrieve her palm. Hey, Natsuki! Natsuki turns to me, her face red and eyes glossy as if she was fighting back tears.
Yeah?
I'm sure you'll find it sooner or later. I know it means a lot to you that you find that coffee. Trust me, I'd be pissed too if I lost something that was important to me. Natsuki struggles to maintain eye contact with me for longer than a few seconds. I know how you feel, and I just wanted to let you know that my offer to help you still stands. Natsuki's face returns to its normal color, but she struggles to articulate what she wants to say next, but after a few moments, she finally finds her voice.
Thanks, Allie.
Hey, no problem. I hate seeing you get so worked up like this. I like seeing you happy. Natsuki stares off into space as if it processes what I just said. You alright, Natsuki? Natsuki returns from reality.
I'm fine. Let's just get this over with.
Yes, let's just get this over with. Natsuki hurries over to the back of the room to retrieve her poem. I quietly sigh to myself as I walk over to retrieve my poem. It's always been hard for me to get a good read on Natsuki. Sometimes I don't know whether she acts that way on purpose, or that she has an ulterior motive for trying to act that way. I proceed to exchange my poem with the rest of the club members, who all seem to generally like it. Despite the rather interesting exchanges that I had with Natsuki, she asked us if it didn't happen and gave me her usual suggestion of not being too wordy. But during our time together, she seemed unusually unfocused, as if her mind is elsewhere, likely out of guilt for being angry when I was around her today. While I've always struggled to understand her, her poem might have given me some insight into what she's going through. Natsuki's poem was about a girl who had seemingly a good friend group. But one day the group added another member, and the new member woke up to spend time with just about everyone else, except for her, and they wanted to get to know their new person because she found them interesting, but it just never worked out for leaving the person feeling alone and unwanted. While sharing my poem with Monica, I could tell that the festival was still on her mind, and she seems to have more or less moved on from it. Monica complimented me on how far I've come as a writer and noted that my style was becoming more and more like Yuri's, something which she teased me a little bit about. Monica's poem was in her usual free-form and abstract style. I didn't really understand the meaning behind it as usual, but for my best interpretation of the poem, it has something to do with second chances and new opportunities. Monica and I then got into a bit of a philosophical discussion about how we should never give up and always take opportunities when they present themselves. You know, it's weird she would write about second chances, considering that the conceit of this mod is that the first chance never actually happens. She's just aware of it. It was relatively inspiring, actually. Sayori's poem was actually rather romantic, something that I wasn't used to seeing her write about. It was about how a girl who finally found someone was able to make her feel about something other than the loneliness and depression. It was able to quickly fill up that the poem was about us, and I was blushing the entire time I was reading it. Sayori said she loved my poems, which only made me more flustered. Unfortunately, we weren't able to talk to each other for as long as we were getting pestered for the others to hurry up. Surprisingly, Yuri actually came to me first, saying she was curious to see what I wrote for today. Yuri's poem was in her usual style of being deep and sophisticated, but it was unusually joyful for what she usually writes about. Though my best interpretation of her poem, it seemed like it was about someone finding love and companionship for the very first time. The poem told the story of how they were trying to interpret their own feelings and debate about how they should go about it. Yuri seems to really enjoy my poem, calling it one of the best poems she's ever read. She also complimented me on how hard I come as a writer, and that she's proud of it, she was able to serve as a role model for me. Our talks and poems quickly shifted to catching up with each other to see how we've been since the festival. During our conversation, we had times struggled to maintain our contact with each other. It was clear that what happened last Sunday when the time we spent during the festival was very much on our minds. I've always enjoyed being around Yuri. I haven't started to like the little quirks she has. She may be shy and awkward at first, but she's a really deep and interesting person to be around. She's clearly knows her stuff, and there's never been a dull moment between us. I always did find it adorable whenever she gets flustered and doesn't know what to say or do next. Not to mention she's breathtakingly beautiful and elegant. I often find myself getting lost in those beautiful dark purple eyes of hers. Still, I need to figure out how to best tell her about me and Sayori. No, we don't. But maybe I should have spent more time around her today. Well, as long as Sayori's happy, then it's a good thing for the both of us. Mario Kart?
Even when you were with Yuri today.
I'm not quite sure what Sayori's trying to get at, but I'll ease her mind on this subject. It's okay, Sayori, I was only with her for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Even when I was with Yuri today, I was thinking of you. And like I said earlier, you matter the most to me right now. Not her. Mario Kart? No. I think I'm getting better at handling Sayori. She is certainly full of surprises. One minute she can be all cheery and an airhead, then the next thing I know she could be having moments of self-doubt. Well, we've really only been dating for a week now. I guess we're still trying to adjust to the new reality of being in a relationship. I'm glad I decided to check up on her early in the morning before the festival. Knowing how she was the day before, I was afraid she might have done something rather rash. Thankfully, I guess that feeling was just in my head. Surprisingly, she was already up by the time I came up to check up on her. Still, I can't believe my dumb luck. I finally found someone who loves me back. As it turns out, after years of trying to find the right girl, she was right in front of me the whole time. I just wish we could have spent more time together today. Then there is Yuri. She's definitely opened up more around me the more time I spend around her. I wonder if it's because of last Sunday when we were working on the banner. I think back to those 2 times where we almost had to get butterflies in my stomach just thinking about it. I still need to figure out how to break it to her. Oh well, I guess I'll bring it up with Sayori on how we should handle it. As I drift off into sleep, I think to myself, life is a funny thing sometimes. Yuri spoops. Oh no! How far will we get this time, though? Without getting snagged. Pretty far. Pretty far. No snags. Look at that. Yuri! Oh. I don't think I should have put it like that. What did I say? Yuri, I don't want you to be uncomfortable. Sitting like this is going to make your back ache. I really don't mind where we eat as long as we're together. Hee hee. Yeah, let's just sit down.
Okay.
Yuri and I take our seats under the windowsill. I'll admit I'm not used to sitting here, but it feels kind of nice. I quickly realized the situation I've put myself into. This doesn't feel right. How would Sayori react if she found us like this? And I don't think I can exactly get out of this situation without making Yuri feel self-conscious. But nobody's seen us like this yet. Or maybe nobody's seen us like this. I glance around the room, see Natsuki rummaging around in the closet, Sayori spacing out, Monica working on something. What do I do? What can I do? If I pull away now, Yuri will get self-conscious and I will freak out. But if I don't pull away, one thing could lead to another and that wouldn't be right. Instead, I just stay still and hope Yuri doesn't do anything. I can't really blame her. She doesn't know about Sayori yet. And we were in pretty much the same situation last Sunday.
Holly.
Suddenly, I hear Monica say something and we can skip again. While on my way to the front of the room, Sayori stops me. Oh no. Hey, Sayo.
What was that about, Holly?
Sayori sternly looks at me, a mix of pain and anger building up in her eyes. How do I explain this to her? Should I? Lie. I don't want Sayori to get the wrong idea about Yuri and I. I tried to come up with an excuse off the fly. She was having trouble reading the book I was reading. I was trying to give her a better angle for her to read. It was that, and only that, I promise. Sayori lets out a heavy pained sigh before putting on a smile.
That's all right, Holly. I'm just glad you're being a good friend to her. Come on, let's not keep you guys waiting.
Now, you see, it would have been a lie either way, because if he was apologizing, that would imply he was sorry for it. which would have also been a lie. I feel even worse for lying to Sayori about it. No, I'm not even sure if she really believed me. For all I know, Sayori might even be thinking right now that I'm about to ditch her for Yuri, because I am. Knowing how she is right now, I just probably made things worse for her. Maybe I can still fix this. Skeep. Looks like Yuri's advice finally paid off. Though I can't forget that Sayori was my inspiration for a lot of these. Even if Yuri may have influenced me a bit, especially with my last poem. I put down my poems and go to my bag to retrieve Yuri's poems, which I put right next to mine.
Yesterday you spent your time with Yuri until you saw me dealing with my raincoats. And today you were like that with Yuri. Even as I was dealing with my raincoats again. What's going on here, Hallie?
Abandonment. There's Mario Kart. I'm making this like the most reprehensible finale to this. But you know, I feel like that's fitting. I do. But luckily, don't tell Sayori. Don't tell her. All closeness between her and I must die. We're not gonna walk with Monica either. I'm happy with Sayori. I wouldn't want to ruin what we have.
But you have been spending a lot of time around Yuri lately. You two did spend last Sunday together. And you seem to have gotten to know her quite well recently.
Yeah, we really have.
I've seen the way she looks at you when you're reading together, Hallie. In hindsight, you should have seen this coming.
I'm just trying to be friends with her.
I'm glad that you two are now good friends. But do you like Mary more?
I mean, I want to stay committed to Sayori. I really do. I chose to be with her. But something about Yuri just draws me to her. I can't explain it.
Do you think you're catching feelings for her?
I don't know.
Well, Claire, you know how Sayori would be if you left her.
I know, and that's what scares me. But I'm not unhappy with her or anything. I love spending time with her. I guess, I don't know. Yuri just lights up my world in a way Sayori hasn't yet.
If you're thinking like that, Hallie, your relationship with her might be doomed to fail. How does Sayori feel about all this?
Well, I was an idiot and lied about what happened to her yesterday. Monica's eyes light up with curiosity.
Oh, what do you mean?
I made up some excuse about what happened, but I ended up apologizing to her about lying and about what happened. But we did make up. But I know I hurt her, and I don't want to do that to her.
Well, we can handle Sayori another time. Speaking of which...
Yeah. La-di-dee. She's already angry at me for yesterday. I don't want to get into more trouble with her. Should I let Monica walk me back? No. Bye. I mean, I don't think I'm regretting my decision with Sayori, but I did kind of like being with Yuri yesterday. Does that mean I'm in love with them if I liked being close to them? I mean, I don't think I'm regretting my decision with Sayori, but I'll admit I'm a little interested to see what the others are all about. Did I get into a relationship with Sayori too soon? I mean, I don't think I'm regretting my decision with Sayori, but lately I've just found myself more attracted to the others for some reason. Does that mean that I wasn't meant to be with Sayori? We've broken causality again. He's just flipping out. We broke his brain. I guess one scene we're missing is walking back with Yuri doing it this way. But you know what? I can't pick Yuri here? What happened? Where'd she go? I guess I'll pick Monica. Well, geez, if we're going to miss scenes like that, though. Like, how did we not get Yuri's third exclusive this way? What caused this? I'm starting to think that maybe what I always thought to be impossible might actually be possible. Monica might actually like me back, even though we just started talking regularly. The more time I spend around her, the more comfortable I become in her presence. But now it wouldn't be right to leave Sayori. I love her. I know I do. Even if we haven't spent as much time as we wanted together.
Hallie?
What? While grabbing a seat, I noticed Yuri shooting me an agitated glance. I turned to ask what's wrong, but she quickly looks away before I get the chance to. I couldn't pick you! Yuri isn't assuming something, is she? I sighed to myself as I turned my focus to Monica. They didn't let me. I don't understand. Yeah, I still need your poems and Natsuki's. See these random lines, man.
So I guess I'll leave you be and let you get Natsuki's poems.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later, Monica.
Laters.
I head toward the closet where Natsuki seems to be shuffling through her belongings. As I get closer, I notice Natsuki studying the cover of the manga that she mentioned earlier. Though once she sees me, she hastily puts it back in her bag.
Hey, what's up?
Nah, not much. What about you?
Same here, just organizing my manga again like always. I swear every time I come here, everything's in a different spot. Not to mention everything's always out of order.
That sucks. Is someone else reading them?
Well, I don't know. I only thought the teacher used that closet. At least whoever's ever reading it has good taste. I still can't find this special edition of Park Bakers that I have.
It's probably in some pile somewhere. If not, I'd just retrace your steps.
Yeah, that's what probably I'm going to have to end up doing. Anyways, did you need something?
Yeah, I need to get your poems.
Oh yeah, hold on a second.
Natsuki reaches into her bag and grabs her poems.
Here you go.
Thanks, Natsuki. I briefly look through Natsuki's poems just to make sure there are no unexpected surprises.
Is something wrong? Or are you finally coming to realize just how great my poems are?
Sure, you could say that. Natsuki cheerfully smiles to herself.
I knew you felt that way. But let me know if anything's missing or if I accidentally gave you something.
I'll be sure to.
What, did Yuri give you something?
Well, I shouldn't have done this in front of Natsuki. I guess you could say that. Natsuki briefly looks toward the front of the room where Yuri is reading.
So it ain't so.
Natsuki.
It's nothing. I need to finish organizing my manga, so...
Okay. I sigh to myself as I'm forced to walk away from her. Great. Knowing Natsuki, she's already getting the wrong idea in her head. Well, it's probably time to head home to think things over anyways. I already spot Sayori starting to pack her things. However, as I'm walking back to my seat, I'm stopped by Yuri. My heart immediately starts pounding against my chest as anxiety builds up inside of me. I was not prepared for her to pull me aside like this. So, somehow, someway, we have ended up on the route of the person who gave us a confession later. That's weird. Oh, hey Yuri, what's up? I try to steady my voice as best as I can. Fortunately, Yuri doesn't seem to notice.
Hello, Hallie. How are you doing this afternoon?
Oh, I'm doing alright. What about you?
I'm doing great, thank you. I was just getting some more reading done, and I was just curious to see if you'd like to join me. We did make some good progress yesterday.
Yuri looks at me with hopeful eyes, as if she's counting on me to say yes. Though, given that she doesn't seem to have expected me to have read her poem, I really don't want to risk slipping up. Ah, Yuri, I appreciate the offer, but I'm probably about to leave with Sayori right now.
Pardon me, Hallie, but you don't need to always leave when Sayori does. I mean, there's nothing wrong with staying a little while longer, is there?
I almost can't believe this is coming from Yuri, but I guess this is just her way of trying to get me to stay.
I mean, it's not like you and Sayori are together or something, right? Correct?
Yuri, I really appreciate the offer, but I do need to head home. I have things to do. Yuri lets out a sigh of defeat.
Fine. Spend time with your Aunt Sayori. I'm sorry that I'm not worth your time.
Yuri, it's not that. Before I can finish my sentence, Yuri walks back to her seat and resumes reading her book. Fortunately, it doesn't appear that anybody's noticed the incident that just took place between us. I let out as a sigh as I walk over to Sayori, who seems to have just finished packing her things.
Hey, Hallie, ready to go?
I weakly smile at Sayori. Yeah, sure, let's get going. Sayori picks up on my agitated tone.
You okay, Hallie? You look upset.
It's nothing, let's just head home.
Okay, then.
Sayori and I wave goodbye to Maka and Yuri as we head out to start our commute home. You know, I wonder if it's actually impossible to commit to the route of the person who gives you the letter. Because the reason this happened is because it started us on Sayori's route by picking her confession, but Yuri gave us the note because she was who we worked with for the weekend, but we also picked the other times to try to go on her route, but then they denied us part of her route as a result. It's curious. It's just curious.